$6 for a camera? In this economy? Yeah, we're giving it a go. I just received a fun package. It is this box, which contains a camera that cost me $6.20. Now, the listing did have a few red flags. The price, the description, the photos, nothing really matched what I would expect for a $6.20 camera. Now, this is the cheapest camera on Amazon that I could find that resembles a camera. There's some cheap kids' toys, but because it shoots 16 megapixels, 1080p. Well, we'll see if it shoots 1080p or 16 megapixels because the listing also had some differences there. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this and test this thing out. And here is the camera. I know it's a camera because it says right there, camera. Whoop. That's fun. So 16 megapixels, I mean, like it has all the things. It even has a mount to put it on a tripod. Okay. And then let's see what else we have in here. That's a little charger port. Does it have a mic jack? That's crazy. And it doesn't come with a battery, it takes batteries. So I'm gonna have to go find some AAA batteries and we'll test this thing up. And I'm back and I got AAA batteries. In fact, I didn't have AAA batteries. I had to steal them from my wife's kitchen scale. So we better do this quick. I just go in. Well, make sure I'm putting them in the right direction. I don't know why that was so hard. Okay, and this, I'm starting to notice the $6, just the fit and finish here. God, I can't even get this thing to shut. Okay, SD card. Let's slide this thing in. I think it goes this way. I'm gonna try turning it off. It's saying no card even though I just put one in, but it's possible. The power button isn't turning it off. It's possible it has frozen. Okay, I'm gonna hard reset it. Okay, so let's try that again. I've put an SD card in it and it feels very cheap today. I mean, I don't know if there's a way for plastic to feel cheaper, but it's so light that this thing feels like a toy. If you look at the lens there, there's no screen, but it's such a tiny little sensor. So I'll be surprised if this thing actually is 16 megapixels. But we're gonna go ahead and try powering this thing on. Look at that. Okay. All right, it's showing the card now. And you can see the image quality there. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is take some photos and take some video and we'll go ahead and compare it to my phone. So I just took the cheapest camera on Amazon for a little walk around photo shoot / video shoot. And I am now looking at the photos. So it says camera on it, but it's listed as HX Tech. Interesting. Maybe I'll do a little Googling on that. And the dimensions are 4032 by 4032. So it's a perfect square. So that's 16 megapixels, right? Is in fact 16.25 megapixels. That's crazy. The image quality is very soft. So I took one fully zoomed in, so it's 16x zoom, and is barely recognizable. It actually looks like a type of pixel art. But it has a vibe. Like there's definitely a vibe to it. And zoomed out, it's the same thing. The problems that I can see are that there's a lack of focus. The dynamic range is horrible. And there's chromatic aberrations along the tree, but I'm not sure if that's just focus driven or not. For $6.20, it did take a photo. So nowhere near what the Pixel can do. And then I did a close-up one as well, and it just looks like this camera's not in focus. Really, that's the biggest issue. And it has a certain like 90s nostalgic feel to it. So that's probably the nicest thing I could say about this. This camera is not a great camera by today's standards, but it does have a nostalgia to it. And for the price, you can literally keep it in your pocket. Now I'm going to take a look at the video, which I'm excited about. I can already tell you that it is struggling. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, I'm using a Pixel 9a. I imagine new was about 100 times as much as this camera, brand camera. And yeah, you can see the difference. Hopefully you can pick up my voice. I'm using a mic right now on my phone, but that's all right. Okay, nice little car drove past. So now I'll do a little looky-loo here. See how the stabilization goes. So 1080p. You know what I should do is I should turn my camera to 1080p. That's alright. I'm comparing 4K on my Pixel 9a to the $6.20 camera brand camera. Based on what I'm seeing in the screen, it has a very much a security camera vibe. So maybe there's like an opportunity to film, you know, use that like it's a nice setting for a different type of vibe. So looking at the video, first take is that it's not bad. I actually think it's better than the photos, which is shocking to me. But I think the biggest problem here is that one, it doesn't have any type of image stabilization, and two, the focus is just not in focus. It really needs to be able to be in focus. So I wonder if that's something I can work on. Okay, so I'm looking at this camera a little bit closer, and because this thing has like no real lens in there, I'm wondering what would happen if I took a C-mount. So this would be like a CCTV or old film, like Super 8, 16mm camera mount. And I put it here